but at this point, we're still in need of connecting, despite the barriers that the pandemic has put up. So we developed our platform with all of those things in mind. And we made it really accessible, and we put together all the common features that you're going to need. So it's just simply reaching out to us. It's fully customizable. We're gonna any kind of branding that you want. And then when you couple it with our studio space in East Vancouver, we can do all kinds of pre-records and and whatnot. So whatever you want, we've always been a group that was pretty much whatever you need for your event, we're gonna help you make it happen. So that's really all there is to it. Again, we wanted to make sure that our platform and how we approach virtual events stayed simple, stayed accessible for everyone. And again, we think we did that. Another really cool part that really allows us to reach really big conferences and really big trade shows was our 3D platform. Now, the entire platform can be in 3D. We can have 3D AGMs and 3D breakout rooms and general sessions, but the trade show portion we thought was really neat. Now, of course, from a picture here, you're not going to get quite the same experience, but just picture yourself going in here and entering this space and being able to navigate 3D. Then you would just zoom in on a booth, and then you could interact there. Down in the lower right hand screen here, you're going to see what it looks like to be inside of a booth. It's a very similar experience to the AGM or to the main room or to one of the breakouts. But just imagine, you purchase a booth, and we create it and we put it together for you, and then then you're activated, and then you're an exhibitor in a virtual exhibit hall. So we're really excited about this portion, and soon we're coming out with connections to the headsets, the VR, and that. So a lot of exciting things, and it's not just Clark's. Of course, there's a lot of great firms out there that are putting together those 3D spaces that are really allowing us to connect with one another in really, really exciting ways. So we're really looking forward to that. But again, that's really what it comes down to for Clark's was making it accessible, but yet still maintaining that appeal to larger events and larger conferences. It's very versatile, and the team is very experienced. And again, the key to this was building it from scratch. We researched all the other platforms that are out there and new ones that continue to come out, but we really felt we accomplished a lot by building our own. So that is pretty much what I have. Yeah, and Clark's, and feel free to reach out to us anytime. Even if you just want to chat or just talk about events, or if you got something coming up, you got a unique situation, feel free to just touch base with us. Give me a call. Give us a call in the office. We really appreciate that. We're very community based, and we love working local, and we love talking with local folks and really encouraging that part of our industry. But again, we can pretty much go anywhere. So and again, reach out to me anytime, just to chat or talk about your events or what you have coming up. So thank you.
There's two questions for you, Kevin, in the chat. One from Joanne and one from Nazimi. So maybe have a quick look at those. They have a couple questions.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Darren. Or Gaspar, were you going to be looking at the chat there for us?
Yeah, I was just about to say, Kevin, while I do my presentation, you could take the shift over for monitoring participants in the chat. I've been doing that. That would be great. And yeah, there's a couple chats there, and we're just over 50 participants. So that's cool.
Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah, let me just check the chat here.
Well, I can tell you, Kevin. So yeah, the first question
Thank
is,
you.
does your virtual platform integrate with registration systems?
It does, yes. We can integrate with just about any other platform. We just talk to the developers and go from there. Again, because we built it from scratch, we have access to the back end, and we can make those integrations fairly quickly.
And the second question I see is, and I don't think I've missed any other, is do you have a demo available of the virtual event platform?
We do, yeah. Just reach out to me and we can set that up. We could, yeah, go right into the platform and give you the real experience for sure. Great. Okay. Yeah, feel free to shoot any other questions there that you have. And if there are, oh, new message.
That's just the thank you note.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank all of you. Okay, I think we'll move on here. We're gonna move on over to Julia Hawkins with ePly. Oh, sorry, Darren. Sorry, Darren is up next. Darren with BC Event Management. Darren,
Thank
go
you.
for it.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen now. Let's see if get this rolling. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about Accel Events, a platform that I started working with about 7 weeks ago. So a very robust platform that a client of ours uses and asked us to be the sort of digital event strategist on it. And it was in an online conference last Friday. So before I start talking about that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about our industry. And you know what I'm finding is, and we know this, that clients still have goals and objectives. And Kevin talked a little bit about this. You know, clients still have to communicate their stories using AGMs, product launches, training, and a lot more. And our job as planners is to plan and design meetings and events in today's environment. And of course, we are pivoting. That word kind of hurts me when I say it. But the good news is that there is always a need for us event planners to tell our clients goals and objectives using some of these platforms. And that was one of the objectives the education events team wanted to do in creating this event, was just, you know, showcase 4, and then we're going to talk quickly at the end about different platforms out there. So I know in the last in my 25-year career, I've never been busier by finding new ways to accomplish these tasks. So hopefully what we're talking about this today helps some of you out there. So now I'm going to talk about, again, Accel Events, a platform that, you know, we have no ties to. It's just one of the 100+ platforms out there that I've dug into. And I'm going to talk about how you create an account with Accel Events, setting up an event website, setting up the virtual event hub, which is where the actual online event happens. And as I said, it was 7 weeks ago, I became acquainted with this platform and I really am digging it. So for confidentiality, I did not showcase our clients' work. I just created an account, and you can do the same. It's totally free. So go on, not right now, but after this session tonight, and create an account. And when you create an account, I would suggest to select several event elements, because then the platform is more robust and you can see a lot of the functionality there. Type in a date and event type, and away you go. You've created your account with Accel Events that is free. Now, like several platforms I've seen, Accel Events really breaks down into 2 main sections, which is the event website, which is all about pre-event and marketing, and then the actual virtual event hub where the event takes place. And I'm going to talk about both of those. So first, the event website, pre-event. This is where you market your event. have it up for several weeks. You know, again, it's all about marketing, getting your message out. So here we are now looking at the event website, and it's quite clean design, which I like. Simple functionality. So I'm just going to run through the functionality quickly about the event website. So you can see on the top right corner, you can buy tickets. You can really do everything turnkey to do an event, a conference, a meeting with Acel Events. So you can do the e-commerce, buy your tickets, have your links to your social media. And then the main sections, again, there's nothing populated here because this is just an account I just set up. But the main navigation is about the, you know, you have the about section, which is, you know, selling your event to everyone. Then we get into the agenda section, great to showcase all your presenters, things that are going on. What I really liked about this section was you could actually go into the agenda and indicate a session you're interested in attending, or actually register for one of the sessions. And I know for our conference last Friday, it was 10 hours long. There was hundreds of things you could do. So I actually went in and clicked a whole bunch, and it set my own agenda out for me, so I wasn't overlapping content. So I really like that about the platform, where you could create your own custom agenda for yourself while attending the online event. Then you had sponsors, really great section. You know, get your sponsors to pay for it. Big sponsor section. They get to feature logos and a whole bunch of stuff, which I'm going to talk about more. Again, the speakers section. You know, sell your event here, showcase the presenters and what they're going to talk about in their content, maybe market some of the information they're going to discuss. Use that for SEO, search engine optimization, when you're marketing the event, to get your ticket sales up if it's a ticketed event. And then you have the exhibitors. So for our event last Friday, we had lots of exhibitors, and it was actually also a jobs fair. So again, you can customize the event website, and this is just how, you know, we set it up last Friday. So there's the event website, which is really before the event, the weeks leading up to the event, to get your message out. Now setting up the system. Now we're in the back end of Acel Events doing all your navigation. Here you set up the event, you set up the virtual hub, and a whole bunch more. So I'm going to quickly run through that. You can see great analytics. You can see a list of what you can include as far as event elements, the event details, set up ticket sales. Again, it has the e-commerce capability. Here you're designing the event website I talked about. So you're uploading custom graphics and your look and feel. Registration, a whole bunch of features there. Attendee management, very important. Build that database for maybe your next event. Exhibitors and sponsors. So something important here is that you can sell exhibitors sections, and then what we did is actually had the exhibitors populate and design their own page. So it was up to them, because if you have 100 exhibitors, do you want to be doing that? No. So you can give them access to their exhibitor section. You can email attendees, and there's a little bit look at the back end. Oh yeah, very important, up on the top right hand side. That's where you navigate between the event website and the virtual hub. So you can see that toggle switch. And then I was always going back in and doing a preview. What does it look like? Okay, add a graphic, tweak this, preview. Away you go. Okay, so now we're talking about the virtual event hub, where you actually go to on the event day. The event hub only opens on your event day. So here we are. Here is the actual look and feel of the event hub. We had a lobby, you had agenda, sponsor information. The stage is the main stage, like an in-person event where you have your presentations going on. You could have 100 presentations there. You could have multiple days of sessions. In the sessions, it's like a Zoom interface. So you have multi-way video. You can also stream. You can share videos and a whole bunch more. And I won't get into those details. But the stage event section is quite robust. Here you can have a list of all your sessions and maybe listed in different streams. So you have 2 different streams of education. Networking was fun. Networking was based on how you set it up. It actually threw you in, forced into go network one-on-one with people. Every 5 minutes, you just get booted out and come back in. A little bit like Zoom breakout rooms, but that was fun. Lounges was neat. We added this last minute. And what we did is we created lounges based on certain subject matter. So for us in our industry, maybe you could have one for events, one for meetings, one for event tech. And then when you went into that lounge, then you would be meeting people with like-minded questions, and you could hang out in the lounge, again, with multi-way video and sort of like a Zoom experience. And you can use Zoom within this platform also. A lot of people do use Zoom. Workshops was fun. Workshops was more like we did resume training and different sessions throughout the day, different workshops. A little bit different than the main presentations was workshops. Expo's the main area that we used for our event, where it was a jobs fair and different exhibitors. In the expo section, you can set up appointments, you can have interactive dialogue, 2-way video, video presentations, upload, download a whole bunch of content. So again, a robust section of the platform was Expo. People was cool. You can customize. We encourage people to customize their people section. Great for networking. You could create your own little My Connection section. So throughout the day, you're meeting people and you got your own little posse going on. Quite cool. And then if I was an exhibitor, say I paid to be an exhibitor, here's where I would access my booth. So again, we put the onus on the exhibitors to design and populate their own booth. And if they needed some help, we had a help desk for that. Okay, so I just wanted to blast through that. In sake of time, I'm just going to run through some quick tips. What was really helpful is we created short videos that we sent out prior to the conference in the event website talking. They were short videos. One was talking about the event website, all the fun stuff on there, how to navigate. Another one was talking about the virtual event hub, explaining that this is where it takes place. And then we had 2 other tech videos about interfacing with a Mac and interfacing with a PC. Those were, had hundreds of views the morning of the event. So they were very helpful because that helped the tech team from being over inundated with questions. Hey, go watch the video. Add fundraising. This platform has a fundraising component. I did not use that last week, but it does have that. Create good content. It's all about the content, right? Try get engagement with your content with cool interactive videos, logos. Having an event MC like Kevin, you're amazing MC, and thank you for doing that. And we also, on our event, we have support people. So at your conference, any event, I suggest having an MC, keep on schedule, and some support people. Again, I mentioned the virtual event hub is only open during the actual day of your event. That's a little bit unique. But the neat thing is all the videos in the main sessions are recorded. So attendees can go on anytime in 30 days post-event to watch all the videos. So it's a gift that keeps on giving. Add gamification. We did that last minute. Students and participants really loved gamification. Basically, you would set up parameters like go visit an exhibitor, watch a video, and you would gain points. I won't talk about the tech details. It supported Google Chrome And like any platform, you know, VPN networks caused issues. So we always ask people in our training videos, try use a personal computer, use an incognito window in Google Chrome. Those VPN networks are a bane of my existence. There you go, Kevin. Hope I was on time.
That was perfect. It was almost like you were watching the clock there. Thanks, Darren. That was very good. Any questions for Darren? You can hit the chat or go ahead. We got just 1 or 2 minutes. There's a question from Mark. Thanks, Mark. As a guest using the platform, if there are doubled up agenda items, can I access recording post-event? And sorry, go ahead. There's another part to it, but go ahead.
Great question. Yeah, because, you know, we had 6 concurrent, excellent, juicy presentations, and obviously you could bounce around, but we asked people, hey, you know, watch the presentation, stay engaged. You can watch them all for 30 days post-event.
So you got 30 days. So that was the other at the other end of his question was save them for later. So that is one of the really great features of all of these virtual event platforms is the on-demand features. They can be hosted, and then your team or your guests can access those later on, whether it's a part of a package in terms of pricing or if it's a pay scenario. So either way. It's really good if you're planning an event with a virtual event platform. Add in that hosting portion so that you can have open access to those recordings after the event.
And
But,
Kevin, to your point, you know, that gives good ROI to your exhibitors because it's
absolutely.
another reason for attendees to engage with exhibitors and sponsors, and you can track the metrics people are hitting up the platform. So you can be like, hey, 1,000 people looked at the website the day after the conference, and that's good metrics to get sponsorship for your next meeting. Whoa.
It is great. And you know what, as a matter of fact, we've noticed that looking at analytics, that a lot of people were coming back. It's not only a gimmick, you know, it's not something that people won't use. They will watch video on demand.
Good point.
Yeah, that's right. That's good. Okay, so like I said, if you have any other questions for any of us, for Darren, myself, or any of the other speakers, please you know how to get a hold of us. Julia, I think we'll move on to Julia Hawkins with ePly.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I will share my screen here. Hopefully the right one. All right. So thank you, first of all, for allowing me the chance to speak to everyone today. As mentioned, my name is Julia, and I am from ePly. ePly is also a Canadian organization. So we are based in Vancouver. We've been here for about 20 years. I think it's our 20th birthday this year. That being said, all of our servers are located in Canada, so we are a great local option if you are in need of a registration system, of a virtual venue, you name it. So I will skip ahead here, my apologies. So I am going to do a brief overview of what our product does before I jump into a demo here. So from the admin user as an event manager, you can use our platform for sending invites. So get rid of MailChimp, you can use ePly. You can use us for an easy form setup, utilize our templates. We do have name badges and any PDF, so that can be applied to certificates, and a phone check-in app. So if events ever do come back in person, you can use that check-in app for scanning barcodes. There is on-demand data management, so you can pull statistics on all of your event demographics, discount codes, event limits. And then from the registrant experience, it is a simple one-page form. It is mobile friendly. Your attendees do have the option of logging back in to edit any of their registration. And then upon confirmation, they do receive those emails to their inbox. So I gotta stop share here for one moment. My apologies. All right, so this is an ePly registration form. So it is simple. It is very easy to navigate. All of the branding would be unique to your event, your organization. As I mentioned, we do offer templates, and templates are a great place to get started. You can feel like a professional when you use them. There is the ability to have unique registration types. So if you did have early bird date ranges, or if you had a member and a non-member pricing, you're able to charge those. And there is the ability for form logic on the form, so that if you are a member, then maybe you're invited to a VIP dinner, whereas the non-members aren't. After all is said and done, you would submit that registration and receive that confirmation email, as I mentioned, to your inbox. One of the things that we introduced since 2021 hit us very hard is the ability to integrate any Zoom meetings or webinars to your registration system. So upon submission of my registration as an attendee, I'm going to be also created a Zoom participant, and I'm going to receive that email as soon as I click submit. Another nice bonus of using our Zoom integration is when I do log into that Zoom meeting, my attendance is automatically tracked by the system. When I log out, my attendance is also date stamped out. So you're going to be able to see who and when and for how long your attendees joined for. I am pulling over here an email that I think you should be able to see. This is an example of a confirmation email. It is also customizable. It comes from your own account. So you, if someone does respond, it does go directly to your inbox. And now in terms of the virtual venue aspect, right now your site is not live. When you are ready to take your site live, to open your hotel room doors, you're going to send out a follow-up email to your attendees, and it's going to be a link for them to click where they go in and create their own login, which would have taken me here. So if this is the first time I was logging in, I'm going to use my email that I used for registration, and I'm going to create myself a password. So this password is protected. It really it helps avoid all of the Zoom bombers that we were having in the beginning of 2020. So my password unique to me, but if I do forget my password, I am able to reset that on my own. So I'll go ahead and log in. So we are officially in the virtual venue. This virtual venue, again, all the branding is unique to your organization. The colors, everything, your logo can be up here. That's all yours to create. This is a templated website. So it is very simple for you to get in, make adjustments to your site. But that being said, it's extremely simple for your attendees to navigate as well. So upon logging in, they're going to get taken directly to the sessions, which is where we're sitting at now. We created this virtual venue with a kind of a how-to catch page here. So it is the landing page. As you can see, there are some FAQs, and then there is some information on the scavenger hunt. If your attendees are interested, they can read up on that. But on the side here is where our agenda lies. So this is all of the content on your site. You can have as many sessions as you'd like. You can have concurrent sessions. All you have to do is have the time, the information, and the speaker here. So when I click on that, we get a little snapshot of what this previous session looked like. So this is just a recorded video of a live session. But as you can see the presenter in the corner, and she is sharing her slides here. And as I scroll down, we can see that she does have the session description. We can see her speaker description. And then at the bottom here, we've also integrated a HubSpot form. This is just general feedback for the session. You can also use an eApply registration form, and that's actually a complimentary service that we offer as well. So you can Put your feedback form at the bottom here, and then any attachments that your attendees might need after the presentation, they can go in and download. So our platform, it works with any streaming services that have that embed code. Our preference is Zoom, similar to our registration experience. If you are using Zoom, then that attendance is being tracked when someone joins and when someone leaves. This is what that Zoom experience would look like. So as you can see, it is embedded directly onto the screen, so I can go large there. I simply join by audio. I can contribute to the Zoom chat here, and I don't have to navigate away from the page. So your attendees are still experiencing your custom branding and seeing the work that you put into the site. There is, it came up before, the importance of pre-recorded sessions. There is also always the option of a pre-recorded session on ePly's virtual venue. This is actually just embedded from YouTube. So it is a YouTube video. I can come in at any time if I have some spare time. If the event wrapped up last week, I could just pop back into the virtual venue if it's still live and watch the recording on my own time. So super easy access. Again, embedded directly onto the page. On this virtual venue, there is also space for sponsors. So we do have the navigating, or I guess the rotating sponsor banner here. So we have 3 sponsors there. And then there is this live and upcoming countdown. So this enables me to click away from the session screen, but that page is going to follow me around, and I'm able to see when the next session is coming up or when the next session I'm interested in is coming up. So as I was doing that, I did also click away into the exhibitor hall here. The exhibitor hall is also, it's simple, it's easy to navigate. It gives you space for a logo, a description of any company, of your sponsors, your exhibitors. And then once again, that option to embed a video is available for you. If I want to navigate quickly on the side here, if you have many exhibitors, I can quickly click down. It's going to take me down to ePly. Another nice touch is this interested in learning more button. So this works as our lead retrieval button. If you click on that, your name, so I'm currently logged in as Eric, but if I click on that, my name is going to get added to a report that's going to be shared with your exhibitors. So it is a nice little incentive for exhibitors to be a part of your event because they do receive that lead list. At the final page here, there is this about section. This can kind of be up for interpretation, but we've just kept it simple and clean with a bit of the about ePly and then another area for sponsors. So as you can see, we do have the gold and silver level sponsors. Those links are all hyperlinks, so they could be hyperlinks. So if you wanted to link way to a sponsor's website. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it as well, I can give you a bit of a use case here. The exhibitor hall doesn't have to be only exhibitors. We have current clients using us for job fairs. This can also be used for like a poster or a paper management. So if you have students submitting papers, this can be used as a kind of more of like a browse around room, similar to an in-person event. Yeah, after the event, the most important part is also getting surveys out from the system. So ePly can be used for sending out surveys to your attendees. It can be used for any reports that need to be generated from the system. So we do have those very thorough reports. Everything can be filtered. You can send emails from the system. You can also generate, as I mentioned, certificates if you do want to provide certificates upon completion. That's kind of ePly in a nutshell. So are there any questions?
Yeah, we have a number of questions. We'll get through as many as we can, and in the interest of time, we're gonna make sure that we have one more presenter, Gaspar with Pro Show. So we'll go through a couple of these, Julia. Joanne Rockwood is asking about time stamping attendance for accreditation.
Yep, that's definitely possible if you're using Zoom.
Using Zoom, okay.
So yeah, that's going to get automatically applied to the reporting section of your ePly account.
Okay. Jana Thompson is asking about virtual posters. So in conjunction with your exhibitor space, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll do a quick screen share here again. Instead of having the ePly logo here, you can have your own virtual poster. You can have the description of your poster. You can approach it in that direction.
Okay. Nazim is asking about breakout features and networking opportunities.
That's a great question. As of right now, there are no networking or breakout abilities within the system itself. You can use Zoom for those conversations, for those breakouts. What we have also done in the past is integrated a third-party chat. We have a favorite one. It's Canadian-based as well. And I'm happy to send that out as a recommendation. But with that integration, you can use it as an iframe onto the site itself.
Wendy is asking about can exhibitors and delegates communicate within the booth?
If you get creative. As of right now, still no chat built into the system, but if you have your exhibitors bring a Zoom link or bring their own kind of conversation tool, attendees can use that link for communication.
Okay, great. Again, in the interest of time, we'll move on, but please share your questions that you have, and we will distribute them, and we can follow up after. So, thank you for asking those questions. There's a lot of great information here. We're going to move on now to Gaspar with ProShow, who's going to take us through his platform.
All right, thank you, everyone. Can you see the first slide? Looks like you can.
Yeah, we got you, man. Go ahead.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Kevin. So far, what a great event. I'm really, really happy to see that today's topic has attracted that many people, because I think it tells us a lot about the state of the event industry in 2021. And by that, I mean that there is simply just too much choice when it comes to virtual platforms, and that everyone on this call, but not only on this call, could use a little guidance. I mean, the last time I checked on Google, there was probably about 1,365 platforms. So yeah, I hear you, people. It's hard to choose. But before I start and tell you more about Connection, the platform that I'm about to present, for the people who don't know me, my name is Gaspard Monge. I am the director of sales with ProShow Audiovisual, a owner-operated company who has been in the business since the early 90s. I am also the VP of Finance for this beautiful chapter, this fantastic MPI BC chapter. And so now you know me a bit better. All right. So to tell you about the platform, I need to tell you how it was created. And I don't want to use the word pivot, so I'm going to get it out of the way right now. I'm going to say pivot, 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 and forget about it. Pivot. So back in March last year, when the whole world came to an end, we were lucky enough to be part of a couple of associations. They are event industry associations. We're actually members with those associations. They are called RSN and AV Alliance. For the ones who don't know, so those two associations, they regroup boutique AV companies like ours, and what they do, they allow us to be, well, just to fight the bigger companies out there. And you know, I don't want to give any name, but I think that we all know who we're talking about, right, Kevin? And
we do, yeah. I think you're being pretty clear.
And so that platform, what I want to tell you, was created by one of the members of those two associations. Their name is Expertise. They're a company based out of Montreal. And they created this platform with in mind how an AV company could create something for AV companies. So it was created by AV specialists for AV specialists. And that is really important, because the reason why we've selected it is because, you know, if we had decided to create a platform, it would have been very, very close to this one. And so I can't say that this one is the perfect platform, that it get, you know, it has all of the features that everyone wants. But I can say that we have, and by we I mean our engineering department, have tested a multitude of other platforms since the beginning of the pandemic, and that we think that Connection hits all the right notes for online events. More than that, I would even say that it actually comes with a couple of very, very cool features that I will describe in a moment. So besides all of the things that you would expect from a virtual platform, the fact that it's customizable, that it comes with breakout rooms, plenary sessions, that you can get event analytics after the event, that it comes with surveys, exhibitor booths that can also be used for job fairs like Julia mentioned, that it comes with a silent auction feature, gamification, and on-demand content. What makes it a really, really excited platform is that it comes with virtual tables. And those virtual tables, I'll come to that in a second, but before going into them, I would like to show you how intuitive the platform is as well from the very beginning from the login page to the virtual table. So as you can see here, this is the login page. So you enter, you know, just very basic name, password, terms and conditions accepted, click to enter, and then that takes you to the virtual lobby. So like I said, the platform is customizable. So you can see those banners on the sides. You can see that screen with that really strange guy up there. That screen, onto it, you can upload a video, either like a pre-recorded video, or you can upload a link to a video on the platform of your choice, Vimeo, YouTube, whatever platform you decide to use. Or it could also be used for the main agenda. You can put it up there. And this lobby is of course fully customizable. So the option that you see here, you know, the blue with the stairs and the couch, it doesn't have to be that. There's a lot of other options that, of course, for the purpose of this presentation, I couldn't show you. Now, the next slide, this is really important to me. You have, when you schedule an event with Connection, access to a 24/7 help desk. And of course, when I say 24/7, I mean during the event. So you click on that little icon there, that takes you to this page. And from there, if you click ask for help, it will pop up an Outlook window, and you will be able to ask your question, send it, and somebody will get back to you right away. Now, back to the lobby. And I feel like I have built the excitement for virtual tables, and everybody's thinking, where are those virtual tables? So I'm going to try to be quick, because I know we also are running out of time. So back to the virtual lobby. From there, you see that little hamburger menu, as we call it, in the to the top left of the screen. You can access the event So you can either click on any of those icons and go to the online conference or the exhibit space, or just simply click right here and access the conference space. So the conference space, and so I built this presentation this week, and that's full disclosure. As of today, there was a major update, so this page is slightly different. It will look a bit better than this moving forward. I still haven't seen the update, but I know that all of the updates have been done today. Nonetheless, this conference page can also, of course, be fully customized. And in the top right corner, you will be able to see yourself as you will appear to others once you are moved into the table setting. So, so that's where you can do all of your little microphone and speakers and webcam settings as well before walking into the session, just making sure you look good. And from this page, you can also either watch the event by yourself if you hit solo conference, or you can, which will just go to the main stage and you'll have the main stage full screen, or you can join a random table or show tables. And for the purpose of this presentation, let's hit show tables. So here's the table display. So of course, again, tables can be customized. They don't have to have, you know, that kind of Muppet reference. But from here, what is important to know as well is that not only they can be customized, those tables, but you can program them to be to have only VIPs to access them. Those VIPs could then go and hop from table to table. I'm sorry, there's someone who's typing, and that's a bit distracting. If you could shut off your mic, that would be fantastic. Thank you. So you can create tables for VIPs, and those VIPs would be able to stay at their table or jump from table to table. But other people, the non-VIPs, wouldn't be able to join the VIPs, the VIP table. So that's, all of this can be pre-programmed, pre-customized. And so when you hit the table, let's go to, let's say, animal. Well, this is what you'll get. So that is the view from the virtual table. And what I want to say, I want to pause for a second and say, before we started using the platform, I personally attended a couple of events on it, and this was as close as it gets to in-person events. It will not be like a virtual event, but when I say as close as it gets, you know, when you gather with only 8 other people around the table, so you see the center tile there with my colleague Matt sitting, and the Pro Show logo in the background. So that's the main stage. So at that point of the event, when you start the event, that table is muted until the operators unmute it. And so you can chat among other people, among all the people around the table. So in terms of engagement, this is fantastic. You can talk about your days, you can reconnect. And for events, for companies who have attendees who haven't seen each other for a year or 6 months because of the pandemic, this is a great way for them to reconnect. They can either, clients can either decide to pre-assign tables and have specific people attend to each table, or they can just, they can just allow everyone to roam. And then once the, actually one note before I switch to the next slide, the tables, as you can see, can be customized. So we have a Slido logo there, a Pro Show logo, Innovation Lighting, who were our partner on a recent event. And not only can you customize those tables, the virtual tables, but those logos there, you can also insert a hyperlink that will lead to, let's say, a Slido poll. So that is quite convenient. Now, at the table, you can choose to communicate via the video chat, or the text chat that you can see to the right of the screen right now. So yeah, you can do both. Now, let's move on to the Q&A module. So the Q&A module, you can ask a question. You can either type a question or, and here's where I'm going to have to give you a bit of an explanation of how I'm going to have to get a little technical. This platform actually regroups two kind of technologies, SRT or WSRT and RTMP. What does that mean? So SRT or WSRT comes with no lag. So when you're around the table speaking to everybody, just like on this Zoom call, there is no lag, there is no audio lag, and everything is happening right now, just like on this call. RTMP is for when you want to stream something in high definition. So the main session here, where you see my colleague full screen, that main session is streamed with RTMP, which means that when you're sitting at the table, there is a 14-second lag between what you see is on the is happening in the main session and what's happening at your table. So you see everything with a delay of 14 seconds. So when you ask a question, it is very interesting to see what I'm about to explain, how the connection or expertise have managed to bring the two technologies together. So when you ask a question, you click on the ask a question icon, then somebody, the operator promotes you to the main stage. And so what you will see as soon as you have been promoted is that black screen with a countdown clock. And so at the end of that countdown clock, you will be thrown onto the main stage, just like this. So as you can see here, that was my colleague Max, who was directly linked to the main stage, directly connected to the main stage, and who was able to communicate, ask his question, and then, of course, go back to his seat after the question. Now, the one thing because of this technology, the one small little thing is that you may, coming back to your table, see the very end of your question being asked. So it's like, one split second, you will see yourself asking the very last bit of your question, and then the answer being answered. Now, connection could also be programmed for the access to certain tables to be granted to specific groups of people, like I said. So based on their login credentials, I mentioned the VIPs and everything. And so that is, but I think I'm repeating myself. I think that I'm using the same notes I've used already. So let's move on to the next slide. Trade show. So the trade show modules works the exact same way as the virtual table. So from your table here, if you at the very top go and click on exhibitors, it will move you away from the conference, from the conference, and will take you to the exhibit space. So I'll advance this slide right up all the way to here. So this is the exhibit space. So we have created for this presentation 3 booths, and you can have in those booths that that can be a help desk, and you could either have someone speaking directly from that help desk just to welcome people and explain them where to go, what to do, or you could upload a video. Let's say you have decided to go to Lucy's booth. Well, you can upload a video there of explanations of how to move on to the next booths, or what to do if you want to go back to the main conference space, or whatever information you want to be uploaded can be uploaded there in a video. Or you can also have someone here to speak with the attendees. And I'm going to get to that right now. So let's say that from Lucy's booth, we're going to Michael Scott paper booth. Then, as I said, we're walking into the exact same setup as the virtual tables. So from there, exhibitors can be there, present their presentations from their home. Presentation can go full screen as well, and or not, and people around the table can ask questions or could just connect. And this is a good segue to go back to what we're talking at the very beginning of this presentation and what Julia mentioned. This could be used for a job fair, for instance. Now, conferences on demand. So once you have, once you leave this space, the exhibit space, you click right here on conference on demand. If you let's say that you have missed a session in the schedule and that you want to go back to see what the session was about, then you just click conference on demand, and what it will do, it will just take you to the main sorry, mixing up slide, there we go. So it will take you to a page like this with full screen presentation of whatever was being played during that session. And so for the purpose of this presentation, I've decided to put my colleague Anthony, because I think he looks great on this video. Now from here, you can leave the conference on demand and just go back to the schedule and leave. So before we end this presentation, I just wanted to thank you again for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed all of the features that were discussed. But I want to tell you that there's more to this platform. Like I said, there's the gamification features, all the survey features and everything. So if you would like to know more about the platform, feel free to reach out to me directly. I can actually put my email address in this Zoom call chat, and I'll be also happy to send you a link to a recorded demo that we created from a user perspective view. So it basically is like this presentation, just much better, and it takes you step by step from login to end, and shows you the entire space. So feel free to reach out to me. And lastly, I see that we're running out of time, so I just wanted to thank. Just going to put my MPI VP Finance cap on, and just wanted to thank again everyone on this call. It means a lot to have so many people on this tech crunch. We really hope that you have enjoyed, that this will make your decisions easier, and whoever you decide to reach out to, Kevin, Julia, Darren, myself, I'm sure that you will have a great experience, and that everyone will come back to you, with great solutions. So thank you.
Thank you, Gaspar. That was great, and you got a little technical there, but that was good. That's really important to understand when you're thinking about a platform and what your specific needs are. There are some basics that you really want to make sure are included, and all the presentations that we saw today have all of those key elements involved. The difference is going to be, that you're going to have certain features that are going to behave a different way. But reaching out to any of us, and we can take you right through the exact experience that your attendees are going to get. So all of these platforms are really robust. They're really well designed and really well built, whether it's from scratch, like we did with Clark's Audiovisual, and Gaspard mentioned that, and then ePly as well, and then Excel Events that Darren went over. These they're really great options, and there's no end, as we've talked about before. There's no end to the number of options you have out there. But what you want to do when it comes to these virtual events, is make sure that whatever one you go with, that whoever your operators are, whoever the moderators are, make sure they understand the platform and how it works and can answer your questions. The service is the piece that we don't want to lose. We've all had experiences trying to run these events ourselves, and they're not always fun. But when you got 1,000 people attending your event that have paid, and you want to make sure that your sponsors get the ROI, and you want to limit the obstructions and the distractions, you want to make sure you have good staff that are monitoring and that you have enough and they have all your bases covered. So that's a real key point to remember. And we can go through all the demos that you want, and you can experience all of them. But if the service isn't there on game day, then you're really in trouble and you're going to lose out at the end. So real important part there. And Gaspar, I really say I love the table idea.
Well,
that's
actually, I saw a
very good.
question. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you for everything that you just said. You couldn't be more right. The tables, I saw a question from Kelly. So she's asking if there's a limit of people around the table. Yes, those are tables of 9.
The networking, the table part, Clark's virtual platform, we have the networking aspects as well. But being able to concentrate on the networking, and how do you break out your large attendees into smaller groups where they can have that networking part. There's plenty of solutions to that, and that's a real key element, as we all know. So. In the interest of time, I think we'll wrap it up. I think we did pretty good for time, only a few seconds.
Kevin,
Darren?
can I just plug our future events?
Oh, please, yeah, there's always time for that.
Yeah, check out the MPI BC website. We're very excited about the events up to June. The next one is February 18th. And as you've seen, we collaborate with the other associations, and this will be a collaboration event, February 18th, talking about the Safe Restart Guide. So check out the website. We'll be, populating further information over the days. I'd like to thank our amazing president, David Buchanan. He's online and does so much for our association.
Thank you, David.
And all the presenters. And Kevin, a personal thank you, because you do so much for the education and events team. I see Terry, one of our board members. So all the board members, thank you. And
thanks everyone for joining, and to the students from Royal Roads and CapU. It's really, please, as students, engage with us. There's a lot you can learn that's just waiting for you to ask. So please. Another thank you to Gaspard with ProShow, and Julie Hawkins with ePly, and Darren Dreger with BC Event Management. Thank you, everyone, for coming out, and we'll see you on the next one. I know.